Hello basement dwellers and welcome to this week's Raiders Learns. I'm Raider with Mom's Basement Gaming, and in this week's episode I'm going to walk you guys through two of the fights I'm most proud of and my progress from last week's video to this week's video. These fights were recorded for my Twitch streams on twitch.tv/Mom's Basement Gaming. You can check the current schedule at momsbasementgaming.com/streams to find out when I'll be live streaming whenever you see this video. Before I get started, please take a second to like and subscribe and hit that little notify button so you can see all the great content that we put out. Last week's video was pretty much just a highlight video of me showing anytime I was able to land more than one or two hits on somebody. Really basic stuff that anybody who picked up fighters for the first time ever would be able to do in hopping in a match. So nothing I'm super proud of, but these two fights that I chose out this week, I think they show the best that I can be at this exact moment. So let's go ahead and hop into that first fight. Alrighty guys, this first fight is against a pink square and my reaction was I'm gonna get bodied. I start off by super dashing, which allowed him to put me in the air and punish me. I was able to regain my footing and block again, but jumping allowed me to get knocked into the air once more. Luckily for me, he dropped that corner combo. Unfortunately, I missed two EX moves, but was able to regain my footing once again to start blocking. I tried to find a hole at his offense, but became the unlucky recipient of some punches. At this point, I noticed he wasn't keeping a B&B combo going and misclicked my controller, so it caused me to do one of my spin moves. So I super dashed again and was able to land a spin attack, but I completely blanked on trying to follow up on that, so I had to get in close. I could not get my B&B combo off either, so I started throwing some hits. I was able to get a good mix-up going when I switched in my assist, and I launched him in the air, but then immediately realized I dropped my B&B combo. So I proceeded to attempt to 2H and got hit by his assist, and he was able to switch out and get some free hits on me. At this point, I needed to switch out to conserve health, and I did, and I whiffed a hit, which allowed him to get some more hits on me. After recovering, I went right back at throwing attacks, and I was more or less just trying to keep the pressure on at this point. You can notice that super dashing at a poor time will result in you getting punished every single time. After rage super dashing and throwing an assist out, I was able to get a couple more hits on before his block caught up, and he switched out to conserve even more health. I was able to get some hits with Goku, but then panicked and immediately switched Bardock back out because I didn't want to waste that green health. At this point, I was going for pure damage, and upon getting a hit, I was able to keep the pressure going until I KO'd GT Goku. At this point, I'm thinking, sweet, I got a character lead on a pink square, so this is going my way. And as quickly as I can think that, I lost Bardock due to me just mashing buttons. A 2v2, both with sparking left, things are not looking good for me going against a pink square. After we met in the air with a super dash, I followed up with another super dash and assist, which granted me yet another opening. I was only able to get a very basic combo going before I had to use my grab to keep the pressure going. Immediately dropping the pressure again, I threw another desperate grab out and was able to get the KO. A 2v1. I opened by trying to make a read using my Gallic gun and catching it in the air, but he was able to block it. I switched off to Goku to fire a Kamehameha towards the ground. Yet again, he was able to block that, and I jumped out of panic and super dash and caught him. At this point, we're just exchanging blocks. I got a couple more hits off on him and then dropped it yet again. At this point, when he sparked, I thought all I need to do is block and draw out his timer. As I thought this, I forgot the key part of that whole entire sentence, which was block. He finally landed his first B&B comboed and followed up into a level 3. I kept thinking in my head, if I don't spark, I'm gonna lose. There's no way I win. I was able to spark and get a couple hits in before dropping again, and he was able to pull off another B&B followed by his level 1. Losing Goku, I thought to myself, this is an L, but at least I held my own against a pink square. Accepting defeat, I threw out a desperate Gallic gun in an attempt to make a read. By jumping over him, I caught up for what I thought would be the game-winning combo. He had my back against the wall, but then he dropped it. I mashed my EX moves until I was able to get an opening and got the game-winning hit off on him, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I beat a pink square. Alrighty, the second fight, the enemy team consisted of every character I normally get bodied by. And after realizing I forgot to skip the opening, I started off the match by jumping and backdashing and was able to land my first hit. I started my B&B combo but lost in mid-air. Remember the last fight where I said super dashing can get you punished? This is what I meant by it. But most people won't drop a B&B a second time in a row. After calling out my wrong assist, I used my Vegeta's Big Bang attack to provide cover for me to super dash in and put Broly into the corner. After getting my launch blocked, I was able to string together some hits before I was able to recover out of his combo he started. I was able to minimize the damage with his next attack and super dash into my next string of attacks. I had to use my Vanish to keep the combo going, but it was worth it because I was able to net the KO. 3v2 against Super Broly. I knew I had to close the gap between us and keep the pressure going. He got a couple of hits off on me before I recovered and super dashed back out to him. At this point, I completely forgot the annoying feature, which is Super Broly. Z Broly has super armor. He was able to pull off a level 1 and switch, but I started by blocking because Kefla coming in, she's pretty quick and I didn't want her to catch me. I started to apply as much damage as I could before whiffing another mid-air kick, super embarrassing. I started to block in the back but got impatient and switched into Goku. After some exchanges, I was able to block while taking minimum damage yet again, and I super dashed in and got a KO off with my combo. 3v1 versus Spark. The match is coming to an end and I've almost taken no damage. I'm feeling incredibly proud of myself. I tried to make reads but failed miserably. I thought in one of my EX moves was going to start the game ending combo, but then he was able to recover out of it and started doing some damage to me and loop me. I really thought I was going to lose a character, which my whole point of this match is I didn't want to. But he ended up dropping the combo, and so I dashed in and started what I thought would have been the final combo of the game, and then I dropped it. I was able to regain my footing and use my EX move to vanish on the other side of him. Alrighty guys, those are some pretty cool fights, right? Beating that P-Square actually meant a lot to me, because to me that showed how good I could be if I just keep focusing and try to make smarter decisions and make better reads and just overall play at a higher skill level than I am. My focus for next week is to I don't think I'm at a skill level where I can TOD, and just so you guys know, TOD is when you touch or death somebody, you land the first hit on them and you do not stop hitting them until they die. I don't think I'm at that skill level yet, but my goal is to be as closer to that than I am now. Remember, you guys can watch me live, come chat and interact, and maybe you'll be on next week's video. Twitch.tv/Mom's Basement Gaming. You can check out the current schedule again at momsbasementgaming.com/streams. Links are in the description. You can find out when I'm live and even come join me. I'm always down to do viewer fights. I actually really want to get that going. So if you play Dragon Ball FighterZ on the PC, even if you're out of my skill level, send a fight. Maybe you can embarrass me on stream, or maybe I'll embarrass you. As always, I will see you guys next week. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and that little bell down there will notify you when we're live again. I'm Raider from Mom's Basement Gaming, signing off. Have a great one.